Hello learners, I am Professor Munish Kumar Bhardwaj from School of Engineering and Technology, and today we'll discuss about safety aspects in underground works. As you know, this topic is related to your one of the course MIS 023, which is safety in construction. So in construction, you know that construction is done at surface level, above the surface level and below the ground surface also. So today we will be specifically talking about safety in the construction operations and construction works which are done below the ground surface. That is why we are calling it as the underground works. The objectives for today's lecture are to identify the hazards involved in underground construction safety, describe the guidelines adopted by Occupational Safety Health Administration, that is OSHA, for underground construction. And in addition to OSHA, the guidelines developed by Indian Standard Codes, basically IS codes. Then adopt control measures for underground activity in terms of safety, and also the discussion about emergency procedures for underground constructions. So these are the objectives of today's lecture. So first let us see what is underground construction. In general term, we can say any operation or any construction activity that is being done under the ground surface, that you can call as underground construction. But specifically the activities which are basically comes under this you can say term, these are the underground tunnels, shafts, chambers, passageways. These are the some important construction activities that we count under the heading underground construction. But as I said, that in general term, common term, you can say any activity below the ground surface, that you can call it as a underground construction activity. Now, if we look at the history of underground construction, then you can go to the prehistoric times, basically, where there was a lot of construction for getting a place to hide. And in this category, you come across the cave constructions, basically. There are so many examples in ancient history of the underground construction, and that is mostly belonging to the cave architecture. In India, you may find that Ajanta caves, which belong to 5th century Chaitya hall that you see here, this you see here. Then another example, Kailash temple in Ellora, that is cave 16, photograph is here. So these are some of the examples, and in all the civilizations, in all you can say different times, there were a lot of activities done related to the underground construction. So this is all about history, but in modern times, lot of construction activities have been done, and the reason is that advances in techniques, advances in automation, advances in geotechnical engineering. So from that knowledge, basically, now we are in a position to do a safe construction activity in underground situations, basically. Just look at this graphics, basically, that when you see at the surface, then multi-story buildings are there. But under these multi-story buildings, lot many underground construction facilities are there. These may be the sewer pipes, these may be the metro tunnel, these may be the tunnels for different utility cables. So many things are going on under the multi-story buildings basically, which is not at all visible, and you cannot feel and you cannot assume that such type of underground activities are there under such high-rise buildings. You see here in these graphics that how these tunnels are being excavated. Machines, different type of machines are working. Manual operations are also going on to stabilize that tunnels which are excavated. Another graphics you see here that how these tunnels are being excavated under these facilities which are visible at the ground surface. So these are some of the examples basically of the underground works. Now the important thing is that what are the challenges in underground construction? Challenges are there. Why? Because when you are working at ground surface, the challenges are different, the risks are different basically. But when we go underground, in addition to the risks which are there at the ground basically, there are many risks and challenges that add to the risk when we are working at the ground. These are some, you can say, specific to this underground work. So these are the challenges which are related particular to the underground construction. What are these? First of all, the light problem. That there is a limited source of light basically. When you are working at the ground, then enough light is there. Visibility is up to a large distance basically. But when we are working underground, especially in case of tunnels, shafts, passageways basically for construction of these things, that only that artificial light is there, and you know that artificial lights are having its limitations basically, that visibility is not too far basically. Second thing is confined space. There is a psychological problem when the workers are working in a confined space. They feel unsafe. Mentally something happens when you are working in a confined space, and light is also less. It is not properly illuminated. So some psychological things, some psychological problems occurs basically, which causes a fear in the mind regarding the safety of the worker. Then these spaces are dangerous spaces. Dangerous in the sense that there may be a fall of the material, there may be a fall of the boulder from the top, there may be some gases, there may be some pocket of gases, there may be sometimes there is inrush of water. So many things are there, so that which make this underground working little bit challenging, and this space it becomes dangerous. Then there is a high risk of exposure to contaminants. Contaminants means that because there may be that soil where this underground construction activity is going on, that soil may be contaminated. Because of that soil contamination of the soil, this may be chemical or biological contamination. Because of that contamination of that soil, it can affect the workers. Then fire. If some gas pocket is there and we hit that gas pocket, there may be blast, sudden blast there. Due to some spark in our lighting and some other arrangements, if some gas pocket is there, inflammable gas is there, so it may cause the fire basically. It may cause explosion. So these are some dangerous things, dangerous situations which may occur in case of underground construction. Then what are the risks associated with this underground construction? There may be a fall or dislodgement of earth, rock or other materials which may hit the workers basically. Then there may be persons may fall, or material or objects or tools which the workers are carrying, they may slip and they may fall and it may hit the another worker. Then as I told you earlier also, that there may be some possibility of finding some water inside that working area, underground working area. So if we are hitting that water pocket, then there will be sudden rush of water into that our working area. Then lack of adequate aeration and ventilation, because there when we are working underground, then flow of air is also obstructed. So artificially we are providing the air so that the workers can get the oxygen. So there is a problem of getting proper amount of oxygen there, getting the air basically, and ventilation problem. Then there is a problem of safe access and egress to reach a safe place in case of fire or inrush of water or other materials. Means if there is sudden fire or there is sudden inrush of water or some material falling basically, so if there are chances of getting entrapped in that working space, so there is a problem of safe access and egress to safe places basically. There are limited opportunities are there to come out from that space and to reach a safe place basically. That is also a problem. You may be remembering an incident which happened in tunneling operation recently. There lot many workers get trapped for so many days, and with a great difficulty, by lot many efforts were made and different techniques were applied, and finally that rescuers were that rat hole miners basically. So such type of things happen basically in the underground construction activities and operations. Then there is a problem of circulation of fluids and the presence of pocket of gas, as I told you earlier also. So these are the risks basically which come across in the underground construction operations. Then let us look at what are the safety initiatives that were taken. If we look at that world scenario, then in United States, Occupational Safety and Health Administration (OSHA) basically first adopted the unique regulations for underground construction in 1971. Then in our country also, guidelines are basically set, and these are you can say recorded and documented in the form of IS codes for safety in underground works. Some of that codes that you see here are IS 4756-1978, Safety Code for Tunneling Work. Then IS 3764-1966, Safety Code for Excavation Work. Then IS 4081-1986, Safety Code for Blasting and Related Dealing Operations. Then IS 4138-1977, Safety Code for Working on Compressed Air. Then IS 7293 1974, Safety Code for Working with Construction Machinery. Then IS 5878, it has many parts basically, Code of Practice related to tunneling and underground excavations, in which part 2 section 1 deals with the drilling and blasting for underground excavation of tunneling in rocks. Then it's part 2 section 2 deals with that underground excavation in rock. Then section 2 deals with ventilation, lighting, mucking and dewatering. Then section 1 deals with the part 1 deals with the precision survey and setting out. Then another IS code which may be helpful in underground works basically is Indian Explosive Act 1988, then Indian Explosive Rules 1983. So these are some of the guidelines, IS codes. If we follow these, then we can make the underground operations and activities much safer basically. Then let us look at that general safety provisions. What provisions we should make to make the underground works or the underground construction operations safe. The excavation, earthwork, underground works or tunneling can be safely performed by following some of the basic safety measures, such as, first of all, by suitable shoring, sheeting, putting wire mesh, rock anchoring to guard against danger to workers from a fall or dislodgement of earth, rock or other materials. If there is a possibility of dislodgement of earth, rock or other materials, then we should suitably provide the shoring, sheeting, and we can also put wire mesh so that this dislodgement does not occur and does not affect our workers working there. To guard workmen performing these critical activities against hazards arising from the fall of persons, material or object, or the inrush of water into the excavation shaft or earthworks or underground works or for tunnel. So we should provide, in such cases, we should provide the guarded safe area basically. How we can do that? We can provide adequate aeration at every workplace so as to maintain an atmosphere fit for respiration and to limit any fumes, gases, vapors, dust or other impurities to the levels which are not dangerous or injurious to health and are within the limits laid down by the national laws and the regulations. Then avoid the risk to workers arising from underground dangers such as circulation of fluids or presence of pocket of gas by undertaking appropriate investigation to locate them. That before beginning of that work, before sending our workers to work there, proper inspection should be there and proper survey should be done whether there are any pockets of gases or there is some fluid is there. So if we do that survey, if we inspect that area before starting our tunneling work or that underground work basically, we can avoid any such accident. Then work should not commence until the inspection by the competent person as prescribed by the national laws or regulations has been carried out and the activities of excavation, earthwork, underground work or underpass has been found safe for work. So it again stresses that the inspection is must before starting any such type of work basically. Then every part of construction site where activities such as excavation, earthwork, underground work and tunnel where persons are employed should be inspected in addition to the persons deployed for their safety gears and health by competent person at times and in frequency prescribed by the national laws and regulation. So here it says that basically that it is not the inspection before starting the work. There should be regular inspection from time to time when the work is going on basically. And the frequency of this should be as per the guidelines by the national laws and the regulations basically. Then what we can do more is that shoring or other support for any part of an excavation, underground work or tunnel should be erected, altered or dismantled except under the supervision of the competent person. that there should not be any disturbance to the shoring and other support basically which is provided in that excavation area without the prior approval of the supervisor. They should not be disturbed, because if we are disturbing the shoring and other support things basically which are provided to check the fall of the material into that excavated area, then it may cause serious accident. So now you have listened here many times that competent person. Who is this competent person? A competent person is one capable of identifying existing and predictable workplace hazards, who is authorized to take corrective actions to eliminate these hazards. Means this person is especially trained in this safety operations basically, who can predict, who can identify, or who can get the knowledge of any you can say accident, and he or she can make proper provisions to avoid any accident because of presence of some risk in that working area. What are the duties of this competent person? The duties of this competent person include that, first of all, monitoring of air, because in that working area there may be the presence of some poisonous gases. There may be lack of oxygen. So because of that, monitoring of air is very important thing. Then inspecting the work area for ground stability. There are chances that in the area where the work is to be started, the soil may be loose, and there is a problem of ground stability. Because if loose soil is there, so when you are excavating, then material may fall from the sides basically. Inside the tunnel also this may fall into the excavated area or the area in which the tunneling has been done. So this inspection is very much must basically, so that you can know in advance that there may be these type of problems, and we can make proper provisions to avoid such type of fall of material and any possible accident. Then inspecting all drilling equipment prior to each use. That drilling machines and other machines which are to be used in that underground works, these should be properly inspected, where they are in proper shape, proper health basically, then only these should be allowed to be used in that working area. Then inspecting hauling equipment before each shift and visually checking all hosting machinery, equipment and anchorages. Means inspection of all type of materials, machines basically, which are to be used in the underground construction works. That is must before starting our work basically. So these are the things basically which are necessary before starting any work. So if you are planning for any construction operation in underground conditions, then first of all the inspection of that area is must, ensuring that there is no harmful you can say gases are present there in that area. If it is there, then proper provisions has to be made, because if that area has to be worked, if the work has to be done in that area basically, then certainly we cannot say that some harmful gases are there, so we cannot work in that area. So proper provision has to be made for the workers basically, for their safety, and then you can start the work. So health of your workers is must. For that you have to inspect that site. If you find anything dangerous to the health of the workers, proper arrangement, proper provision should be made. then you have to see the stability of the ground, then you have to check the health of your equipments. Basically they should be in proper shape, proper health, basically, because if you are using the faulty equipments, then it is sure that an accident is going to occur. So to avoid accident, inspect your equipment, machineries, all the things. So I hope you must have enjoyed this lecture, and I advise you that you please go through that material so that when we next meet and discuss the future things of this topic, we can discuss this and we can make it interactive. Thank you.
In the digital revolution time, education is one of the priority. Online education is flexible, convenient, can be customized as per your needs. From filing application till the graduation, the entire teaching learning process can be completed through computer, through mobile, through laptop. IGNOU is offering various programs through online mode. One such program is MA in Journalism and Mass Communication. This program is offered through learning management system. You can customize, make it convenient as per your needs. And entire teaching learning process is being facilitated through 4 quadrants. The learning and teaching through text materials supported by audio video materials, and along with that there is a discussion forum to interact with the teachers and your classmates, and online assessment. And this is the standardized international standards for online education is being incorporated in MSCIDS online program. It has the following focus area: news writing, news editing for newspaper and magazines, online journalism and broadcast journalism, media ethics and development communication, communication research, digital media, and various other aspects of communication process. The entire learning content of this particular program generated by renowned Indian academics. You will learn the nuances of communication with Indian examples. This particular program is 2 years in duration and it has 16 courses. After the 16 courses, 12 are theory and 4 are practical projects. If you are a techno-savvy and if you are able to control various technical tools, wants to learn more about media and communication